Warmington.
Warmington.
What go on there, so Ari?
What do you mean? What go on next though? Anyways,
Government agent.
What's happening? What's the latest
campaign is in full
thing here with
swing
Warmington?
and session. So it looked like Warmington was at a campaign trail, obviously. I think they're trying to get support for George Wright, who was a Labour Party MP. Then there was obviously, well, I don't know if you guys remember, he was caught on video abusing his now wife. It was then his girlfriend. Then they expelled him from the party.
They got married?
Yeah, they got married. And they expelled him from the party, from the Jamaica Labour Party. And I guess now they're like, hey, come back, George. We need you to make up the numbers. Yeah. Which was stupid. I mean, all right, let me say this. It's going to be another hot take.
Let's go.
I condemn domestic violence in all forms.
That's not a hot take. But okay. I think we all right. Okay, I continue. I'm just saying.
I condemn domestic violence in all forms.
There's a but coming here.
There's a but coming.
That's great.
I think George Wright was a bit rash because one, he wasn't really clear as to who was doing the hitting. Like, it just seemed like it was a blurry video. It was a blurry video. It was blurry to me. I never see who it was until him come out and say, yeah, I'm my girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. So you confirm and you accept it, fine. But then, to me, I just think, the posturing by the Jamaica Labour Party at the time of like, oh, we're for women and da-da-da-da. And it's just like, all you should do a backbench him. Which they did. Backbench him. Yeah, like backbench him. Like for things to say, oh, I'm not walk here. And like, this is somewhere there was an opening of Parliament. He was in white. And like Mark Gold is like, don't walk with me. And the PMV is like, JLP is like, oh no. And I was like, this is some school.
Oh, did say Ari was JLP again.
Petty ass shit.
JLP can't get taken right now.
She bleeds green.
No, I don't. I bleed red.
People must have big JLP.
No, but
I know people must say, yeah man, she deflect free. Like, how much money PMP pay? I want never share per week to pussy.
Yeah, take no risk. No, I just, I just didn't think they should have expelled him in the way that they did. I know for bringing back now, and I think that's the thing that kind of pissed me off too, is like you expel him for sure. It was like a performative expulsion. And then when you realize that, you need to make up the numbers, come back and lock your eye and vote for Andrew. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you say that? That's so crazy to me.
Saying some crazy things.
Yeah, Warmington, I said that. That was just the craziest thing that he said. And I'm just like, bro.
Andrew, what they said, we don't need an opposition. Yeah, we don't need him.
I and the fact that you need him now. And then the thing is, his constituents.
Yeah, Javi said, do it. And then you go repeat it. Yo. You
know what? No, we do, Javiel.
No,
in order for great democracy.
You know, go to the media party, we do. What was it?
But in order for our strong democracy, we need
we
a
and
great
Crawford
opposition.
Good.
Yes. It's a joke.
We're good with PNP, we're good with JLP. All right, Mark Golden has been on our show several times.
Just twice.
2 times.
Not the several. Twice. But he's cool.
He's cool.
He's cool. But I'm just saying, like,
we do need an opposition.
To expel him and then for make him come back now and then for this and lucky I vote for Andrew. Like, no, like from what I've heard, his constituents like him. You know what I mean? And, maybe, they don't agree with the fighting and him having such a violent fight, especially on camera with his significant other. Like, to me, it's just like the expulsion was so weird. Like, just backbench him and say, we'll deal with it internally and we'll see what we can do. And if the wife which she was insistent on not pressing charges. And I mean, you should have waited on that because man and woman, them usually make up and resolve and get back together. And see them all married. So you just wait and like once it's make it a internal thing and stop the posturing, because now it's performative, because they know again when you want him now to make up numbers for the MP and the constituency so he can run the whole of the government, you bring him back. Like, that ain't right. I don't agree with that shit.
Let's play the clip of Warmington and his expletive tirade.
Issue is,
From the man go low, you know, it's a DJ more that. Low.
Look.
Yeah.
stop complain. As I stand at the constituencies, you may not like him in parliament. You don't want him. Maybe an asshole. But maybe him better than PMP asshole. Yes. So work with him. If you think you'll vote for George Wright, when the behind the screen, close your eyes. When I'm using language just now. But using
Which you would then go and use.
eyes. And say, me a vote for Jolis. Now George Wright, don't stay home. Vote for your party. There's a reason anywhere must stay home and vote for a candidate. You like a candidate? Vote for Andrew Holness, Labour Party. Put the X beside the fucking bell.
These are the word they never want us.
Put it beside the bell.
You got you all that just to come back come say it.
PMP is a cult. Not PMP now still no vote. A vote. I am not one of those who talk about
Warmington should have said, close the doors.
Close the doors.
Shut the cameras off.
No,
this is
sir.
between us right now.
Oh my God.
He completely forgot there were cameras there.
Yo, is Warmington the
Really?
greatest political figure of our times?
This man is... That's a sickness.
You know what? He's consistent. He has been. He's very
With
consistent.
the entertainment, with his work in his constituency,
He don't care. He don't give a fuck. And
with his disdain of the media, he's being consistent with that.
He consistent. Like
Warmington, we want you up on the show. We rate you.
He
We
hates
rate
the
you.
media.
No, but we love you.
He hates the media.
He love this.
Just remember saying to CVM, go to hell. Go to hell.
Yo, if tell nobody for something about that, that's coming. You know,
Damn near
say,
close.
It's
I'm
close.
good we get.
I'm good we get it for real. I want it to, and I want it on camera. Me no business. Warmington, this is an open invite. Forward on our show.
God.
We love you here. We love this. Me like when the man them does your talk it plain and straight.
Yeah, which
I
is
saw Trump get to
doing
be
it.
popular and get to be president. You know. The man just come off and say, "May I tell you plain and straight."
But you see, that is the problem, because then Warmington, I'm not surprised, because this is Warmington.
Yeah.
Him always out of pocket though. Like, him always say some things, him call and Lisa and a Jezebel. And I said so, him a run the media, him in an altercation with police.
Remember when him in their parliament? Look what you're doing.
He's always out of line. And
Why are you so miserable?
People complain about it, and him just get a slap on the wrist like no one does anything about it.
Because he's an elected official. The only people who get to do something about it is his constituents. But again, like it or not, he's one of the most. Every time them count it. I don't know if I say stuff not give a ballot box. But he's one of the highest voted in member of representatives.
And they were.
He is.
Yeah, but then that is the problem. Like, you gotta look on things like this and say, oh, but Warmington do that, so me can do this then, because all me have to do is put out an apology and then must still have a word.
Yeah.
Well,
since
the
we talked about
PMP
it.
wants him to be arrested.
Removed. They want to
Not
be arrested
because you know that
them go as far as
public,
arrested.
Yeah, public. Dayton Campbell like come out and say he wants to be.
Exactly.
He should be arrested
because them arrest the artists them when
Right.
them go up on the
Right.
stage show and them
Right.
cuss them expletives and
Right.
whatever.
Right.
No, you gonna do that
Right.
in a public
I
space.
say them can't have to be disciplined, man. Never know
Yeah, I
arrested.
think Dayton did say arrested.
Yeah, I saw that in the Gleaner,
Yeah.
I think. But that's the thing. Like, if everybody just laid back and say, "Oh, yeah, it's just his personality. That's how he is."
All right, but this is all right. Devil's advocate.
Play it. 'Cause we're at
Was he
Warmington.
really in public? He was in it looked like it was a closed door session. closed door session, right? It wasn't for, I guess it was, public concert where open air is a stage show and them do them thing.
So who did the record?
I mean,
It was recorded.
Yeah, it was recorded maybe, but not by the media. It never looked like it was media.
So it never come on TV.
No, it is on come on TV.
Dr. Campbell.
I mean, a social media, the first place, I see it.
Dr. Campbell says, citing how dancehall artists are usually charged for using indecent language on stage during the performances. He called for JSF to similarly charge Mr. Warmington for his behavior on the political platform.
Yeah.
Like you would say, it's a political platform with people there. So.
Public meetings.
Yeah, it's a public meeting. So
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Not reaching.
No.
All right. Them the charge flag? Flag, yeah?
Yeah.
Them the charge it? They never does. No
man. He remember he got removed from the ministry.
Deep waters.
And he had to pay for floating
Yeah, so the little tap on the wrist now work. I'm sorry, like you can't just willy-nilly go around and cuss bad words, so and then everybody feel like.
But you see, that's the hypocrisy I don't like.
Held accountable.
I don't like it.
I don't like the
because
hypocrisy.
people talk plainly,
Yeah.
and I always say bad word sentence enhancers. Obviously, I use them often. Okay,
Yeah, but time and place.
True, time and place. But again, is the time and place for that? Like he's animated. That's why I think they need to take that off of the books. Like for real, like expletives and indecent language and whatever. Like unless it's threatening language, like I'm gonna kill you and burn, motherfucker, die or die. That for still there on it, but for you say fuck and bumbuckler and it's hypocritical. Like everybody, most people, like me not gonna generalize, but most people use bad word in a them regular life, and then them come and pretend like say, oh, I know you're so uncouth and da. Like that's hypocrisy. It's hypocrisy.
I can't believe you, Javi. You make me a text side with Ari.
Yeah, go and text with Ari. I'll stand over here by myself.
Javi, if you ever cost us this interview.
You can speak plainly by saying, put the X.
The man apologize, Javi. What more you want from the man? Hear it, yeah?
But that's simply it. How much time was the apology from Warmington? Yeah, who write that for you?
He's articulate enough to come up with this himself. Javi.
But then, I mean, how
Meaning to say, if him did plainly and outright, him feel and him did want for cuss, he definitely did not want to apologize.
Yeah.
But somebody page him and say, this not look good, you have to go put out one
But
apology.
Javi, it's almost like a rallying call.
So
Don't
that's
stay
all him
home,
gonna
put
do.
the X beside the fucking bell.
That's
come
all him
on.
gonna do.
That's a rallying call. That's a call to action.
You do what you feel like and all is required.
Pocket for saying close your eye and
That is. But
that
the
wild.
expletive.
Yeah.
No, I take umbrage, where he's calling, like, said the PMPs in a cult. Nigga, that's cult activity that you're saying. Like,
The two
we're
party
in
them
a post
do cultish things.
first past the post system. We're in a constitutional democracy. We're represented by the MP. If your MP isn't doing well, it's not the leader of the party you're voting for. You're voting for your member of your member representative, your constituency. So if the person who is leading your constituency is failing, fuck party. But both sides are guilty of cultish behavior. That is where I take umbrage. But PMPs are cult and them come out. Like both sides commit cultish behavior. But the least.
Well, of course you're gonna on side with that because you always a cuss bad word. But me just say in a space like that. Control.
Sir Warmington,
Control.
you're free. Let me put out the car. Time is going. You're free for come up here and cuss all the bad word you want.
But the thing is, Javi, it's like he's excited. It's a political campaign.
Some
it's
passion.
not necessarily he's talking to the mass public. He's talking to constituents.
He beams every day.
Well, not every day, but
him
he's
give
advocating for his teammate, I guess you can say teammate.
You might advocate for George Beat.
Yeah. Right.
Him wife.
Yeah. Say it like
his
that.
current
No,
wife.
say it like that. Say it like that. But to be all up in arms about the expletive is just ridiculous to me.
I don't think it's just only the expletive, it's just Warmington behavior in general. Like,
no, yeah, he's very aggressive.
how do you control that?
But he's not.
Oh, you control
but
that.
That is it. He's uncontrollable, and that is why he's not a member. He's not a public-facing personality in the party or in the government. Let's just be fair. People got to him. You notice he's the one people always have got to him or whatever, and them get the sound bites and them get the reaction from him. But I mean, to me, to be all up in arms about it, and then as I said in the start of this, he's consistent. He's always been a ornery, miserable, cantankerous man.
And the people them seem to love it.
And they like it.
I mean, I can't believe you.
Yeah.
To be all up in
Fucking
arms
apart
about
chances.
a badod and fucking bellies, a call to action. Like, yeah, but I don't know. I don't take offense to the fucking.
Well,
I take offense to like
Sir
cultish.
Warmington.
That's the shit that I'm offended
Yeah,
by.
that one. Sir Warmington, you have a welcome cheer here. You are going to get the fuck up one. So
He doesn't want the orange chair, I'm sure.
Yeah, I go feel even more uncomfortable, and that I got add to the interview, the entertainment of it.
That's why the country can better. Because everybody is the same, and no, you're not getting no punishment, no repercussion. It's just to say, oh, that's fine. Oh, it's just a little thing that him can apologize. And him do it again, him get worse. But oh no, I just saw him steal. We make excuses for things like that.
That's why the country can be better.
No, but that's exactly why politics is a dirty game.
Yeah.
But we excuse things like that, and then you say, oh, it's a small thing, and then a small thing, and then it gets bigger and bigger, but then it out of control, and there's nothing we can do about it.
No, I totally agree with
Again,
that. No,
because
totally
it's the same thing with George. And I say, oh, but all right, in woman and woman business, them should have just backbench him. No, you were seen on camera. That's a serious thing that you did. You abused a female, and then you admit, say, oh yeah, me and my woman did in. So no, like,
and you notice what I said.
In another position here now where we try them want people for vote for you.
Exactly, and this is what I said. The performative aspect of them expelling him from the party in the very beginning to take a stance against violence against women, and then to bring him back now. Again, that is where I have the problem. I don't have a problem with Warmington cussing. I just have a problem with this whole thing of when I expel him and when I bring him back. It's like either just deal with it internally. If the wife number one press charges, all right, when I deal with him internally, him not getting a ministerial position, and just run or whatever, and you deal with it internally. Yes, and again, it is wrong. Domestic violence is wrong. We don't agree to it. And you're right, there shouldn't be. But if he was going to be expelled, expel him. But he couldn't be because he's an elected member of parliament. Then the party should have contested then a by-election of some sort and make sure, say, somebody else run against him. You know what I mean? But them want him back because clearly the constituents want him back. And then you go come and say, well, just lock your eye and vote. No, that's some bullshit.
That kind of cultish too.
Yeah. That is where I have the problem. And I agree with you, Javi. Like, you're right. Like, it is...
Javi, I agree with you too.
Yeah.
I just want the interview. You're fucking it up.
I agree with you.
I kind of agree in regards to the bad word thing.
Yeah.
But like, in regard, like,
with
no
what
people
Javi saying, the overall
political figures as statesmen.
Right.
They should carry themselves a certain way.
Absolutely.
That's how some people see. Other people is like, them are people too. Like, and the political realm could use more down to earth people where them use the language of the people, and they're more relatable.
Yeah, I'm saying if it was a case of threatening and I threaten the PNP and I say them for dead and fuck them for dead.
That's when you go super wild.
Like,
yeah, man, you have a jawline.
Yeah. But he must have put the X beside the fucking bell. Like, that's just like him
it's
exciting.
Colorful, like, additive thing.
Yeah. That's it. But you're right.
Yeah. But shut up. Don't listen to our woman.
You can't tell me to shut up.
I was trying to keep the woman quiet.
Fight him. Bye.